Solana just had one of the largest launches in that chain's history. Also, FTX customers might get paid back in full, but with the twist, an XRP co-founder was hacked and over $100 million worth of XRP was stolen from his wallets. Time to go around the blockchain. Thank you for joining the latest episode of Around the Blockchain that has two meanings today. We're going to get right into it. In the green square, we have Jake CLAVER. Might be played by Bradley Cooper in an upcoming crypto movie. Jake, how are you doing today?
Doing good, brother. I'm actually in a documentary. We filmed a portion for XRP Unleashed here in Dallas a couple weeks ago.
What an episode to join today. And is that plant real? Chat is wanting to know. I would say no. All right. Also on, hey, you know, it's this and that. No, it's that investor is on that investor. How are you doing? Full disclosure, he didn't see me or hear me before we went live. That investor, I heard everything you and CryptoSCHAIN were saying, but it was all positive. How are you doing?
Everything was positive. I had my sneaking suspicions. I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited to be here. It was good. We got a lot of tensions building right now in the markets. You can almost taste it.
Tensions in the chat too. We started a little late today. Also on, last but not least, we have KRYPTOSCHAIN holding it down from across the pond here. KRYPTOSCHAIN, how are you doing today?
Very good, very good. Thank you, Dizzy, for inviting me once again. I'm really excited to be here.
Always a great time. Is that sound foam you got behind you? Is that for sound?
No, it's not. No, it's a wooden plank that we've got there in the back, just for the new studio.
Very nice, very nice. It reminds me of those abandoned office buildings that you see where it's like 800 rooms and, you know, oh, I got lost in there for 4 hours. I'm just making sure you're not streaming from an abandoned bunker somewhere in the former Soviet bloc. All right, well, let's get right.
It's not the bear market anymore.
I heard you talking about the bear market, like, yeah, the bear market, you know, hit a little harder. I was expecting it will do that. But speaking of hitting hard, Solana wallets were hit hard with a massive airdrop today. The Jupiter airdrop went live. We share my screen here. Jupe token soars after a $700 million airdrop to Solana wallets. They say soared. Well, actually fell pretty much immediately. It was kind of an immediate launch of $2 if you were trading like a AI, but it eventually just immediately dropped down around the 40 to 70 cents range. When I was claiming mine, I want to say it was around 45 cents. I had a little bit claimed. And if you had used the Jupiter decentralized exchange, and there's other ways to claim these tokens as well, you're essentially airdropped tokens there at 10 a.m., 955,000 wallets. Hit that like button if your wallet was eligible or if you had multiples there. And like we said, it was around a $900 million market cap. Fully diluted, it is $6.7 billion. So, just a little bit of a note there. Now, Jake, what were your thoughts of this airdrop? People had a little bit of trouble claiming it in the first 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Some are fudding it because of that reason. To me, I would say this is a success, largely speaking. What's your opinion here?
Oh, it's free money. I don't know why people are getting mad about free money. Yeah, I mean, okay. If it was $2 and it fell down to like 45 cents, it's still 45 cents each that you got. I don't understand how people can be upset and FUD stuff and there's tax implications involved. So just be aware of that. But yeah, I think this is really cool. Excited to see another project built out on that network, and just speaks to all the stuff that's going on over there at Solana.
What are your just broad thoughts on Solana, Jake?
The network has some problems occasionally, but outside of that, I think it's a really good network. I think you've seen a lot of migration there from Ethereum as you've had, the latency and the fees over there continue to increase. And I think that'll probably continue. Solana seems like a mainstay. We custody assets with PolySign standard custody. It's the only asset there that we're able to stake and earn rewards on for our clients. Cool thing about that is because it's a multi-sig wallet, you don't have tax implications and they just aggregate there and compound. But yeah, I think it's great.
Compounding those crypto gains, always a good move. Now, could we share my screen one more time? I want to share the founder of Jupiter. This is real, folks. This is their PFP. It is Meow, not werewolf. Not aware man, it's aware meow. I want to ask you, that investor, what are your thoughts on pseudonymous founders? Not completely anonymous. They kind of have a fake identity similar to Satoshi. Is this a red flag to you? Does this make you, hesitate a little bit, or is this part of the culture, and is it a bullish indicator for you? What are your thoughts here?
For me personally, it's always at least a yellow flag. It makes me slow down and question like why they want to remain anonymous. I know it's crypto, it's Web3, and like that ability to remain anonymous if you choose to is one of the features of it. But it just like, it never sits well with me because like, what are you trying to hide? Not to say everyone is hiding something. I don't think it is a project killer by any means, but generally speaking, I bet if you were to study it, there's probably a higher correlation of anonymous founders rug pulling projects than not anonymous founders. Like if you fully doxed, odds of you rug pulling are way less. Still not zero. I'm not saying this is a rug pull by any means. It's just when you're vetting the cryptocurrencies, you gotta have your checklist. It doesn't matter who founded it, you gotta have your checklist.
Follow-up question: do you think we'll have fake real profiles made by AI? You just say some sort of large company with 80,000 employees. Oh, I was a senior dev at Microsoft. Here's my name. My name's, Bob Smith. Here's a picture of me. Do you think that's going to be I don't want to say the new meta of scams, but do you see that being a worry in the near future?
I don't know if it's any more so than it already is, right? People make up roles all the time. Like, not to dox myself on this, but when I was applying to jobs, I made up roles in my own application all the time. Didn't help me at all, but it's still like, I think people are already doing it. It might give a little bit more credibility now that you could fake like an entire company webpage maybe with it, even with AI, where before you couldn't do that.
This is in the before, many decades ago. I remember being a teenager, putting in an application to like Chuck E. Cheese or wherever else. And I think I had inventor of salt just as like a talking point, and maybe, I'll get boosted up. I was an idiot, folks. All right, let's go to crypto's chains here. What are your thoughts on the airdrop meta we're experiencing right now? It seems to be two different styles. There's this one, snapshot, kind of, hey, just drop, kind of just rains from the sky. Then there's the other situation where it's a point system, referrals, leaderboards. Which do you prefer and why?
Yeah, I personally prefer the snapshot ones that are not announced, because what usually happens with the announced ones is that people tend to buy that specific coin a lot. It tends to pump in price, and then everyone's disappointed because you see a sudden dump. I remember like back in 2017 when I first got into crypto, one of the first disappointments I've had was to buy an airdrop before the snapshot, only to witness it go down 50%. And so I think for any new investor, that's kind of discouraging. So I'm definitely a fan of the unannounced ones. Just let people know, there's going to be an airdrop eventually. You don't know when. Just stake and forget. And then if you have like a longer unstaking period, like say 20 days or 14 days or whatever, that's also safer because it's less likely that the price is going to dump off that main coin. So I'm definitely a fan of those non-announced snapshots.
Saving. Safe like safe moon, right? What are you saying?
Safe like safe like not safe moon.
Oh, like not safe. Okay, I'm sorry. I have a producer like talking to me. I didn't know what was happening here. All right. Well, we're gonna go around the blockchain. Put up your hands like we're an emperor in ancient Rome watching the gladiators. Solana in 2023 did a 10x. Are we still bullish on Solana? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Go. I'm going thumbs up. Going thumbs up here. CryptosChain, are you bullish on Solana in 2024 or bearish?
I would say halfway there, because there are other opportunities as well.
Okay. I do agree. It did
50-50.
I don't know if it can do another 10x. 10x in a year followed by another 10x. That is 100x. Solana already did 100x, doing it twice in 2 cycles. Now we're kind of getting close to uncharted waters here, like almost early Bitcoin vibes, but we'll see. I know a lot of Solana maxis thinks it's certainly going to happen here. All right, well, let's talk about FTX. Let us know in the comments. Can Solana hit $1,000? Talk about FTX here. Here's Sam Bankman-Fried. Well, there's a pretty bullish announcement here. FTX expects to fully repay customers. but won't restart the defunct exchange. So we're not going to spin up FTX again, but they're saying you might get repaid in full. But like I said in the beginning of the show, there is a little bit of an asterisk, everybody. The main issue is they did a snapshot when the exchange went down. And so if you had one Bitcoin in the exchange, well, you're not going to get $42,000 or whatever it is right now. No, you're going to get the snapshot value. In case you're wondering, $17,000, essentially that far away from the exact bottom. And they're going to give you your assets in that time, in that frozen snapshot time there. This was announced in a bankruptcy court of District of Delaware, second court of Delaware making the news today. The other one, Tesla there. FTT had a little bit of a pump. It pumped double digits, I think around 10-15% there. Now, they said they expect to pay everybody back in full, Jake Claver. They expect it to happen that way. Jake, will it play out that way, though?
You know, I mean, there's some assets that have just stayed there and have appreciated, right?
Don't talk about my Cardano like that.
Right. I mean, you're an example, and I apologize, DZ, but there's situations where the assets have sat there and they've appreciated substantially, and they're going to pay people pennies on the dollar for what they are now. It's not going to be denominated, like you just stated, in the cryptocurrencies. It's going to be the dollar value of the snapshot. So maybe there's a potential for it. You know, most of the time, if you have a bank that goes bankrupt, they just they do a bail-in. They give you stock in the bankrupt bank that's reflected of the value that you had, and that's really not any good either. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how it plays out. Is it possible? I just hope people get something back, right? I think something would be better than nothing, even if it's not the total amount.
All right, and Meek with the little NFT alpha, old money NFTs dropping bills on Solana this year. That's pretty bullish. All right, that investor. Let's talk about Sam Bankman-Fried for a minute here. You know, we don't know what he's going to be sentenced to exactly yet. Given who his parents are, given his connections, maybe not going to have the world's largest sentence here. Do you think he's going to come out like Sam Bankman-Fried 2.0? Will we get an SBF 2.0 maybe 10 years from now? Will he reinvent himself anytime?
I really hope not. I really hope that part of his punishment is that he's not allowed back into the financial system. I think that would probably be the best punishment for him, to be completely honest, is he's not allowed to play this weird game that we've made up. Ultimately, if he's not in jail for the rest of his life, I think he does have the ability to come out and either like use some shadow puppets to make something else. I think he won't. If he's not in jail for the rest of his life, then he will get back into the system in some way or shape or form. What that looks like, I don't think we'll see an SBF 2.0, but I'm sure the coin already exists.
You said he'll get back in the system. Do you think he's secretly transacting crypto? And of course, we're all just speculating here. You know, this isn't any kind of like legal, you know, verdict being laid down here. Do you think it's likely that, you know, maybe he moved a little Solana or something?
I think he's definitely benefiting from these coins pumping, whether it's his friends and family benefiting or if it's him directly. I'm sure the feds are watching him closely, but like,
I just thought of some, you know, you have grandma, and like grandma totally knows how to work a seed phrase. And, you know, don't worry about why I'm logging into her computer and she's saying, grandson, what are you doing? Shut up, grandma. I'm farming your airdrop. But, you know, it's not him. It's not him.
Okay.
You know, this is just a fake scenario, folks. We're not saying this is real. All right. Now, CrypTOSCHAIN, if it was up to you, what do you think is a fair sentence for SBF here? I mean, should it be life? I don't think death penalty, maybe death penalty, some would say. Should be, you know, maybe a slap on the wrist, 2 years, and then rehabilitation. What are your thoughts here?
No, definitely not death penalty. I don't think anybody deserves to die, even though a lot of people have lost money, because it is money at the end of the day. I know that it can be life-changing for some, but you didn't lose a life, right? You lost something financial, right? Something that you can get back if you work. And so I think that he does deserve, I don't know if life imprisonment, but definitely a long time in prison for what he's done, you know, because he has affected a lot of people. But let's hope that, you know, things do turn around and we're not going to see this kind of huge scams anymore, given that there are more regulations in the space now. Obviously, we don't want too many regulations, but I think we definitely need some, and we're definitely seeing that, you know, happening right now across the board in Europe, in the US, everywhere. So I think this space is moving towards a safer place in the coming years. And so hopefully we're going to be safe from individuals like SBF in the future.
All right, that investor with the good comment here. His punishment is a haircut. Well, they shaved him down for the polycule. I'm sorry, we're talking about two different things there. Sorry. Gary C, hit that like button for Gary C getting a win. I sold my whole XRP bag last week for Chainlink. My luck is finally getting better. Well, that takes us to our next story. XRP was hacked, but technically it was the co-founder. The co-founder's wallet was hacked for over $100 million. We could share my screen real quick. XRP drops over 5% after an executive is hacked, sparking rumors of a network breach. But it was co-founder and executive chairman Chris Larson said the stolen funds all came from his personal XRP accounts after Zach XBT said, XRP itself was hacked there. Now, they are notifying exchanges to freeze the affected addresses. Law enforcement already involved. And I'll say if there's anyone who might have a direct line to some of these federal agencies in multiple countries, Chris Larson could be high on that list, everybody. But it was the 6th largest market cap crypto. And after the hack, giant red candle, 5%, and it felt like seconds. And then it bounced back within another 5 or so minutes, and then it was trading higher than it was before the hack, giving me Solana vibes when Solana would go down in 2021. Now, Jay, CLAVER, just what are your thoughts on this whole situation here?
It was pretty interesting. I would think that he would be holding his assets somewhere that is very secure. It's hard for me to believe that, somebody at that level allowed somebody else to get their key or C phrase in order to be able to get hacked. Skeptical, I guess, would be the word that would come to mind for the whole situation.
All right. Well, I'm looking at the charts here on, Trading View, and this is when the day started. You can see 21 minutes after the hour. Okay, this is the 1 minute chart. We're just going to go on a little bit of this is just people's emotions. Hey, it's looking bullish for XRP today, man. We keep sending in these higher. We're getting a little low. Now I'm feeling really bearish. Wait, you know what? Just like that, oh my God, what happened? Oh my God, look at that fall. That is the hack news. Oh my God, it's over. Go back to the screen because, folks, this is where it really will shock you. And then okay, so it wasn't 5 minutes. If we just draw, I want to see the exact amount of time here. 33 minutes, it was then trading higher. That investor, why the heck did it start trading higher half hour after the hack?
Honestly, yeah, I think it stands to a testament towards their holders. They are going through a litany of things. Like, they've been through more than any other crypto community out there, arguably. And so they're holding strong. They probably literally viewed it as a buy the dip. I would be shocked if the core community there didn't immediately scoop up some of those coins. And I'm sure like the algos were the ones who caused those candles to begin with. So as soon as the news broke that it wasn't actually XRP that got hacked or Ripple that got hacked, it was just one of the co-founders who, like, I don't know, connected his wallet to some scam website, was trying to help grandma out or something. I'm sure they bought it right up, realizing it wasn't like a fundamental problem. It was just one of their whales accidentally dumping.
You know what? If I had to guess, I think this is a level of hack at the level of Jeff Bezos, so I'm thinking more likely it's a sovereign entity, not someone that Zach XBT is going to, point a finger at. I'm leaning towards, much stronger threats, but this is all just speculation, folks. Hey, Jake, we go to the chart right now. It's dipping. I'm sorry, that investor, it's dipping. Do you want to buy that dip, that investor? Or you're leaving for the community? Yeah.
No,
you're gonna hold off.
Yeah. I think there's better risk rewards out there. I know there's a lot of XRP love in the chat, and I know over at Hit Network there's a lot of XRP holders, but personally, it's never been my coin.
I actually moved my XRP because KuCoin might be doing some limits starting February 1st. I have 2 coins left on KuCoin, DAG, which I didn't have a DAG wallet yet, Constellation DAO, and XRP. And I was like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and put that on Coinbase. The hack happened within 5 minutes of me moving that, and I pulled it open. Oh no, it did nothing to the price. Yeah, I'll take it. All right, now cryptos, chains. I want to know your thoughts on the co-founder. What are your thoughts on a co-founder of Ripple Labs XRP? Co-founder had over $100 million that They got hacked. It could be much more than that. What are your thoughts on him having that much XRP?
Yeah, I think it's expected. He's definitely a believer, right? And as a founder, I would expect something like that to happen, you know, or a co-founder. So yeah, in crypto, I mean, nothing should surprise you when it comes to team members and holding large bags. It's either VCs or team members. You very rarely see whales holding large bags like that. You know, you would do, but when it comes to XRP, I would first look at I would look either at VCs or at the team members, and so we can see a clear example of it here. My surprise is that, you know, he got targeted specifically, and I'm not sure if it's because of his large holding. I haven't actually done research to see if it's one of the like top 5 wallets or something, but I'm assuming it is one of the top ones, and that's why the hacker specifically targeted him. You know. And probably for the press as well, to make it look bad for XRP and to probably crash the price. There's always some sort of agenda when it comes to these things, you know?
You know, if I was a hacker, I would have a little bit of fun with it. I would find one of those weird fair weather influencers that talk about crypto. I mean, like a Lindsay Lohan, a Soulja Boy. And I would try to find one of these people with an XRP wallet. And I would just send it all to them and just create this like firestorm of rumors, and you know, maybe try to find an FTX XRP wallet, send it there, be like Sam Bankman-Fried, you know, scammed it. I would just cause chaos and havoc. I wouldn't even try to cash out there. But I follow all local laws and regulations, and I recommend that you do the same at home. Hit that like button if you like Johnny Law there. All right, well, folks, we'll go around the blockchain here, just ask everybody's thoughts. Jake Claver, 2024, how is XRP going to perform price-wise?
I think people are going to be very surprised by some of the things that happen for that network and that coin in particular this year. It's looked dead for an extended period of time, but that's what it does. And that's the use case. It's used for payments. So if you had significant volatility, hopefully they weren't sending payments over the network when you saw a 5% crash because somebody got 5% less on the other side of that. It's only 3 to 4 seconds, but it can still cause problems. So I know people FUD it. You know, you just talked about the founders holding large bags. OpenCoin did gift, you know, 80% of the supply to Ripple to build out the network and scale things back 2013. So yeah, the founders kept 20%. You can feel however you want to feel about that. There's a lot of other founders that have kept way more than 20% of the token. And if it grows to a lot of value, you know, it's hundreds of millions of dollars that can get hacked and exposed, apparently. So Jed is another founder. He's liquidated his entire position. But yeah, I'm very bullish on that coin in particular for 2024.
Hey, even Satoshi mined all the first Bitcoin blocks. I mean, at one point, there's a snapshot. He had 100% of all the Bitcoin there. That investor, what are your thoughts on XRP's price action in 2024?
Listen, I'm gonna have to follow that up with a little bit of FUD, but it's not FUD from a malicious standpoint. It's just my own personal view on everything. The fundamental use case and the fundamental value of XRP, no one can really deny that it is trucking along. It is continuing to go up and to the right. It's just that in any asset, especially in liquid assets, the price of the asset, the valuation of that asset is going to be derived off of some level of speculation. Not to liken XRP to a security, because it's not, right? But in the stock market, in the world of stocks, you have PE ratios where you literally have the fundamental value of something and then a multiple on top of it that people are willing to pay. And that multiple is purely derived based off of speculation and hype. And unfortunately, XRP just doesn't really get that same level of hype and speculation and momentum trading and all that fun stuff that we like to follow in crypto. I think a lot of other coins are going to outperform it. And so my attention, while I do think the price of XRP will probably appreciate in the next 2 years, I think that I'll be able to outperform it elsewhere.
If it doesn't appreciate over the next 2 years, a lot of people are going to be very upset. Now, CryptoSchains, what are your thoughts for XRP's price action in 2024?
Yeah, I think it all depends on Bitcoin at the end of the day. If Bitcoin gets to 100K, as some people speculate, post-halving, like a number of months post-halving, then you can expect XRP to probably reach its all-time high and even break it. And the same for Cardano, for DOT, for Solana and all the other top altcoins that we've seen on CoinMarketCap, maybe like the top 30 or so. And then we've got some new ones like Injective, as you've probably seen recently, Tia from Celestia. There are a lot of great performers out there now that have just joined the scene. Or some of them have been around like since the last bull market, but they've been building, they were in their infancy. And so XRP being around for so long, being so mature and being through so much hell and back and out of it, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, I can expect it to do well. And by the way, I don't hold any XRP. I used to, but I do think that it's going to do well given all it's been through, and it's still around and it's still doing well.
Let's not forget a gigantic market cap, and it doubled in 2 days after it got a little bit of a bullish news. We're going to read a couple things from the chat real quick. Azo Vasquez, how does a genius let someone hack them so easily? I can't speak to this hack. I can say with Jeff Bezos, he got a personal text from MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, I believe his name is, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia sent him a text with a picture, and embedded within that JPEG was malicious code. I would not have guessed Crown Prince, Saudi Arabia would be trying to hack me in that particular case. We also have XRP and C90, very insightful comment here. The announcement was today on the hack, but the hack actually was yesterday. Just took a while for the news to percolate. People were talking about suspicious wallet activity as early as yesterday. Just once Zach tweeted it out, that's when it really happens. We have a price prediction, $4 to $6. Hold on, I'm reading the name. XRP Ally. That person might not be totally unbiased there, folks. And then we have Hannah saying hit the like. So make sure you go ahead and hit the likes. Blue Punk Rocker, XRP will stay 50 cents forever. Well, it went to 90 cents in a matter of days. So, I do think it will break out. Once it breaks out, it'll turn pretty bullish. Will it set in a new all-time high? I don't know. $3 and some change is pretty tough. And so we'll play that out as we get closer to the bull market top. But folks, that is all we had time for today. Let's see here. Jake, that investor, CrypTOSCHAIN all did well. But you know what? I got to give it to that investor because he was saying all these glowingly nice things about coming to the studio. He was counteracting some of the XRP hype, being shoved towards his direction. So that investor, feel free, leave us with some parting thoughts.
Some parting thoughts. Everyone's getting really excited about the crypto markets. Everyone's debating, is the price of whatever asset you're holding going to go up or down? And ultimately, in the short term, no one knows. But if you're in crypto, you're likely a believer in the long term. So have your initial game plan and try your best to stick to it. Try not to get distracted with all the noise that happens in the space. If you think that whatever asset is going to perform really well over the long term, don't trade in and out with your entire stack, guys. Have a trading portfolio if you can't manage your FOMO, right? And I just want to say thank you so much to you guys. I had a blast today. This was a really fun time, and time is your most valuable asset. So hopefully it was worth investing here.
I love that. Time is your most valuable asset. You know what? It takes no time at all to hit that like button. It just takes a little bit of wrist issues. So unless you have carpal tunnel syndrome, I want to see you do it right now. I'm looking through the camera right at you. Cover your camera. Why are you wearing that? Well, folks, that is all we have time for. Make sure you hit that like button. The guests below, we have links in the description. So go follow their content. They're all making awesome stuff. We want to see a nice little around the blockchain boost on their sub counts there. So please go ahead and do that. We appreciate it. Folks, see you tomorrow morning.